This is Adam, and he suffers from gout. Try Urol. It helps to prevent crystallization of uric acid crystals in gout therapy. Urol, effective urinary alkalinizer for gout.
Good evening, I'm Camelia and you're watching KiniNews. Muda has explained why they are going solo in the state elections. This came following accusations that they were being used by certain quarters. Muda's Secretary General Amir Hariri Abd Hadi has dismissed claims that the party was being used by certain quarters. In a post on Facebook today, he said the decision by Muda to contest solo in the upcoming state elections was made by the party leadership after consulting the grassroots. He said the party is offering voters an alternative to two giants and was not acting under anyone else's orders. Hadi added that those who are making such claims about Muda believe that just because their parties are being controlled by political dinosaurs, other parties must also be the same. He also stressed that Muda was a self-made party that does not need to suck up to anyone before making decisions. According to Amir, the party decided to go solo because the country needs a wake-up call from having to deal with multiple issues plaguing the current administration. He cited political appointments to GLCs, the failure to reform institutions such as the MACC and absolving UMNO, which in the past has been associated with corruption, as some of the reasons why an alternative is needed. He pointed out how draconian laws which they had opposed, such as the University and University Colleges Act, Sedition Act, and SOSMA are still being used despite earlier pledges that they would be amended or repealed. Amir added that the country also needs a more effective opposition, with the current one being focused mainly on race, religion, and royalty-based sentiments rather than arguing on policy-based issues. He also pledged that the candidates Muda would field in the 6 state elections will be vetted and be responsible for raising their own funds for campaigning and contesting. Still on Muda, DAP veteran Lim Kit Siang has advised the party to not be overhasty and to continue cooperating with the unity government in the upcoming 6 state elections. In a statement today, Lim said the Muda leadership should reconsider their decision to go solo in the polls as it could affect the future of the country. He said the results of the 6 state elections could see Malaysia rising to be world champions in various fields or sliding back to the path of a failed, divided and corrupt state. Lim added that the incumbent state governments in Penang, Selangor and Negeri Sembilan may have weaknesses and failings, but questioned if voters want it to be like Kelantan, Terengganu and Kedah. Yesterday, Muda President Syed Abdul Rahman had announced that Muda would be contesting on its own in the polls. Saddiq also condemned the party's former allies for not keeping their election pledges upon assuming power, saying that if they had kept their proposed mandates, Muda wouldn't have needed to contest in the upcoming elections. Meanwhile, a DAP lawmaker has extended an offer to those in Muda leaning towards sticking with Pakatan Harapan to join forces with DAP. DAP's incumbent Bukit Gasing Assemblyperson Rajiv Rishakaran has offered those in Muda who still support Pakatan Harapan to join DAP to face the state elections. This came after Muda announced that it will be contesting on its own in all 6 states in the coming polls. In a post on Twitter last night, Rajiv said that he was aware that the leadership of Muda has been divided on whether to stick with Harapan or to contest solo. He said that he knew it was not an easy decision to make. Rajiv added that he would like to officially welcome the leadership and members of Muda who advocated for sticking with Harapan to join DAP in facing the 6 state elections. He said some seats in Selangor, Kedah and Negeri Sembilan will be tightly contested and it will come down to a handful of votes to decide who is the winner. Splitting the votes will be helping PN cross the finish line, he said. Yesterday, Muda President Syed Abdul Rahman said the party will go solo in the 6 state elections. Saddiq had explained that the party will no longer be cowed by fear-mongering that going solo would only result in splitting votes. Fahmi Fadzil has courted brickbats after telling his critics that they may be visited by cops during a TikTok live session. However, he has now clarified the warning was aimed at those who made remarks on 3R issues. Communications and Digital Minister Fahmi Fadzil has explained his warning to viewers during a TikTok live session last night. According to FMT, Fahmi clarified that the warning was aimed at those who made remarks on race, religion, royalty, or 3Rs, and not because of criticism. He explained that when he is doing TikTok live at events, often the comments people make touch on 3R. Fahmi added that he had said in many places that social media users should not use 3R for political purposes. His clarification came after he courted brickbats for warning viewers that they may be visited by the police. During the stream, Fahmi had warned viewers to behave themselves and said that they were being monitored by the authorities. Fahmi added that they shouldn't get mad at him if there is a call later or if a police vehicle visits their house. A snippet of the remarks as well as a media report on it prompted questions on social media on whether Fahmi was abusing his power, with Muda being among the most critical. Muda President Saddiq Syed Abdul Rahman hit out at Fahmi, saying that in the past, he upheld freedom of speech, but now he threatens critics on TikTok. Saddiq said this is what happens when people abandon principles for power. He also called on the public to send them a wake-up call in the upcoming state elections. Meanwhile, Muda Vice President Zaid al-Baharuddin questioned if the government was backtracking to the Najib Abdul Razak era when police were routinely used against critics. Moving on to PAS, the High Court in Kuala Terengganu has upheld PAS President Abdul Hadi Awang's victory for the Marang parliamentary constituency during the 15th general election. The court dismissed the election petition, which was filed by the constituency's BN candidate, Jasmira Othman. Previously, Terengganu UMNO chief Ahmad Syed reportedly said that among the points raised in the petition were allegations that PAS has bribed voters by distributing financial aid from the state government between November 15 and 17th last year in the run-up to GE15. PAS candidates contesting in the upcoming 6 state elections must not be involved in grave sins and must have moral values. According to the party's spiritual leader, this will be the criteria used to vet candidates for the polls. PAS spiritual leader Hashim Jassin has highlighted the main criteria for candidates who will represent the party in the upcoming 6 state elections. According to Hashim, the candidates must not be involved in major sins and must have moral values. Utusan Malaysia quoted Hashim as saying that the PAS Shura Council will meet next week and the main agenda will be to vet candidates who will be contesting in the polls. He added that those who will be chosen must not have committed grave sins, must consistently be not guilty of committing minor sins, and must have moral values. Elaborating on the selection process, Hashim said that the party will present the names of 3 candidates for each state constituency that will be contested for vetting purposes. He said the Shura Council will then scrutinize the list before picking the most suitable candidate. When asked whether former Ketereh MP Anwar Musa will be given a chance to run under the PAS ticket, Hashim said that it is up to the Shura Council to decide. He also expressed confidence that PAS and Perikatan Nasional will sweep through the 6 states where the polls will be held, including in Selangor. Selangor UMNO has firmly denied allegations that they boycotted a Pakatan Harapan event that was held in Shah Alam recently. Selangor UMNO has denied allegations that they boycotted Pakatan Harapan's Mega Madani Tour event held in Shah Alam last Saturday night. Selangor UMNO Chief Megad Zulkarnain Omardin said the event was a regular program organized by Harapan and there was never an issue of boycott. He added that Harapan and BN had plans to launch a unity government machinery at the state level in the near future. He said that his team will engage in a discussion with Amiruddin Shari, who serves as both the Selangor Harapan chairperson and Menteri Besar, to address this issue. According to Zulkarnain, among the main topics that will be discussed is the launch of the coalition government machinery in Selangor and the coordination that they needed to make to prepare for the state election. He said they would make a joint announcement for the launch. Over the past few days, there had been speculation that Harapan and BN's campaign in Selangor had started on the wrong foot, with reports that Selangor BN declined the invitation to attend the event. It was claimed that this was over alleged dissatisfaction arising from the seat allocations in the upcoming state elections. Based on the event poster, PKR President Anwar Ibrahim, UMNO President Ahmad Zahid Hamidi, and DAP Secretary General Anthony Loke were scheduled to attend the event, but all three failed to do so. Anwar and Loke said they had other plans to attend to, and checks with Zahid's office revealed that he was not scheduled to attend the program.
And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to Kinitv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you'd like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to MalaysiaKini.com. I'm Kinilia. Thanks for watching.